In the skies over Malawi, wildlife vet Amanda Salb is on a mission to help an elephant in distress.
We need to get to him. We need to get to him. We need to get to him.
There's chaos in orphan care when a baby baboon meets his new foster mum.
She just doesn't have the moment to do what she wants to do with him.
And a young dyker gets her chance at freedom.
I'm gonna go from the back.
It's all in a day's work for Malawi's only wildlife rescue team. Today, Dr. Amanda Salb is on patrol with Malawi's Wildlife Emergency Response Unit. The team has been called out to Voisa Marsh, a wildlife reserve covering 400 square miles. An international boundary with Zambia makes it hard to police, so it's an easy target for poachers.
Voisa Wildlife Reserve is a beautiful expanse here in northern Malawi. We are out here looking for elephants with snares on them. There's been some reports of young animals with snares. So we are doing a general elephant search right now.
Hunting wild animals within protected areas is banned in Malawi. But despite this, poachers still lay crude wire snares to trap wildlife for the illegal bushmeat trade.
Keep a visual.
Yeah, it's just in those trees.
The snares aren't aimed specifically at elephants, but they do get caught up in them.
Below us we have a carcass of an elephant that is several months old. One of the tusks is still there, so it's possible that that was a natural death. But Brad is taking a GPS coordinate of it so that rangers can go out and investigate. You really do need to investigate every death.
Located in Southeast Africa, Malawi is a small country that's been working hard to protect its wildlife. In Voisa Marsh, the once decimated elephant population is now on the rise. Today, there are more than 300. But poaching is still taking its toll on these animals.
So we're looking at the back legs.
Amanda, her colleague Mandy, and pilot Brad all keep their eyes peeled for any telltale signs of injury on animals that have broken free from a snare.
Yeah, these guys look like they're moving fine here, Amanda.
Yep. They don't scatter, guys. Oh, these guys look fine. There are so many young ones. That is great. Yeah, we got heaps of little ones. Okay, those are clearly medically. He's fine.
There's not a limp at the back.
Brad spotted a young calf limping on one of its back legs, typical of a snare wound.
Back left, yeah, I see.
Snare wounds can cause serious infections, but to treat it, Amanda will have to anesthetize the elephant. She's the only resident vet in Malawi allowed to do this.
How old do you think he was?
I would say, he had some short tusks. So probably, I'd say about 6.
Can you guys keep an eye on his eye?
Yeah.
Anesthetics always pose a risk, so Amanda wants to have a ground team in place, just in case the elephant falls in a bad position and can't breathe.
Can you get to Craig and ask him to come?
I mean, he's another about 5 Ks away.
Yeah, he's got to go 5K and then take a right turn up that north road. Can he come? Can you guys get him here?
Cool. We probably could. We're just going to have to try and keep the animals in this area.
Okay.
Craig, you there?
This is always one of the tense moments when you've got animals, you need the ground crew in position. You're waiting for them to get here and you're making sure that the animals are doing what you need them to do.
While the ground team struggles to get close, pilot Brad works to keep the herd in the clearing.
on, these guys are starting to split. That's the problem.
If the elephants reach the cover of the trees, Amanda may lose sight of the calf. She's going to have to dart him, now.
You see him? He's on the left, right there.
Hey, Firm, I have a visual.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah,
He's right at the back.
I see him.
A moving target is never easy, and elephants can reach a top speed of 15 miles an hour.
I'm going to get you a little bit closer, madam. There's a tree coming up.
The calf's life depends on Amanda's shooting skills.
Alright, there's a gap. Stand by, I'm going to get you closer. Alright, when you're ready.
Got him. Woo.
The drugs should begin to take effect in about 5 minutes. Amanda's pinpoint accuracy has paid off.
I grew up in the U.S., grew up in Southwest Arkansas. Everyone knows how to shoot and grows up hunting and fishing and being outdoors. My dad taught me how to shoot. He taught me how to hack things with a machete. He taught me how to not cut myself when I'm cutting things with a knife, so thanks, Dad.
Amanda's work with the Wildlife Emergency Response Unit takes her all over the country, treating a wide variety of animals in the wild. But this is only one side of her job. Her centre of operations is 300 miles to the south of Voisa, in the capital, Lilongwe. Malawi's only wildlife rescue centre is a reserve spreading over almost a square mile in the heart of the bustling city. Here, a team of dedicated staff and volunteers cares for injured and abandoned animals until they can be returned to the wild. In charge of them all is Dutch-born Alma van Dorenmalen.
So we've got 203 animals at the moment. I know all of them. I know where they come from. I know their approximate age, date of birth. I know where they live, what they need to be fed. Basically, all there needs to know about these animals, I know.
Rehabilitating these creatures so they're ready to return to the wild takes skill and experience.
I felt that he was a bit warm, so I want to take a temperature.
The most demanding patients of all are the orphaned babies, often snatched from their mothers for the illegal pet trade. This baby yellow baboon, Doodle Bob, is the latest arrival. He's only 6 weeks old.
So Monique, what we're going to do with Doodle, we're going to start his integration today because we're sitting in with him for quite a long time throughout the day, but he needs a mother. So he's going to be living with Kezzy next door and Fox. That is the aim.
Okay, cool.
Great. And you can just hold him against your body, that's okay.
Alma's tried and tested approach to raising baby baboons requires the help of a willing foster mother. One of the most receptive mums in the centre is Kezzy. She's already looking after a slightly older orphan called Fox.
I'm super excited. It's also a complicated process because for Kezzy, it's quite tough. It's quite stressful. She needs to take care of 2 babies. It's not a natural process. It will require patience and time from both sides. So, I'll put one pillow here, one pillow here.
Doodle Bob was confiscated by authorities 3 weeks ago.
How he's going to respond, you can just sit here.
He's had 24-hour human care since he arrived. Being introduced to his own species is a big deal.
We don't want Doodle to get nervous. This is perfect.
There's an immediate reaction from Kezzy.
Baboons lip smack to each other when they communicate. It is a positive behavior. So she's excessively lip smacking to him because she wants him to be comfortable. She actually wants him to approach the fence because she's really intrigued by a new baby. If he moves away, just let him. She's super duper lip smacking. It's great. He's interested. Yeah.
Kezi is one of 35 yellow baboons here that Alma is hoping to set free over the next year or so.
It's his first time he's seeing bigger baboons.
If this fostering goes well, Fox and Doodle may be able to go with her.
Getting him with a foster mother means that he will be able to grow up in a group properly, develop, learn baboon behavior, and that will increase his chance of being released. If we don't do this, or if we can't do this, he will probably develop less socially and might not make it out into the wild. So this is extremely important that we do it, and we do it as quickly as we can, so he can be released back to the wild.
So far, Kezi and Doodle Bob are showing all the right signs.
It is a concern to me when you do these integrations, always, that it's not going to work out. I mean, I'm confident, but still in the back of your mind, you're like, what if it doesn't work out? In the end, it's those two that are deciding what's going to happen. It's not me. Yes, okay, so this is fantastic. His focus and his attention is already going to them. That is extremely positive. What I'm super happy about is that he's been taken care of by people for quite a long time, but he seems to be very relaxed, showing normal baboon behavior, and is comfortable with actually Kezi coming over and interacting with him, which is great. I think with what I'm seeing right now, that tomorrow I'm confident enough to open the slide and put him physically with those other two.
It's a great first step for Doodle Bob. In Voise Marsh, Amanda has darted the young elephant that's been injured by a snare. Now she's hoping the ground crew turns up before he falls unconscious.
I can still see him.
Alright, I've got him. He's at the back of the pack there. Shame, poor guy.
Yeah, look at that.
See that
Okay.
wound's really going to...
Yeah, but it's been 3 minutes and he's showing signs here. He's going to be down at 5, not 4. Yeah, we're going to need to get to him quickly because I might have, when I'm judging him now from the other side, I might have given him a bit much.
Okay.
Darting in the wild is always tricky. The calf might be younger than they'd thought, and giving too much anesthetic can be dangerous.
He's down again.
It's truck here.
Yeah, his truck's there. He's on his left side. We need to get to him. We need to
Okay,
get
cool.
to him. We need
Yeah,
to get to him.
we will.
Sorry.
Stand by.
Yeah.
I'm just going to push this female back.
The ground crew still hasn't arrived, so Pilot Brad is moving the other elephants to a safe distance before dropping Amanda near the now unconscious calf.
You should be able to pass that money patch.
It's a risky maneuver.
Alright guys, start thinking about debusing. It might be an aerial debus.
Yeah.
Alright, let me know when you're happy with this distance.
I'm happy with the distance. Yeah.
We might be able to touch down here actually. Andy, I'm going to need your eyes on the tail rotor, make sure no bushes, trees. Okay.
Good on this side.
Alright, Mandy, just let me know about that tail rotor. Amanda, you can keep your eyes behind us as well. Just make sure we're good.
We're okay. Okay, I'm gone as soon
Okay,
as you let me know.
stand by. Alright, we're down. Okay.
There's no time to lose. Amanda needs to make sure the young elephant hasn't had a bad reaction to the drugs. Meanwhile, Brad has to keep the rest of the herd at bay. Elephants are protective of their young and won't leave the calf behind. Amanda's plan is to remove the snare, treat the injury, Reverse the drugs and leave with the ground team as quickly as possible.
She seems to be doing okay, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, surprised. Boy, that's gnarly. It's in here, you can see it. Craig, you can... I gave him, I thought he was bigger when I first saw him, and I gave him 5, and that's a bit much, but he seems to be breathing okay, so we're just gonna get done and get him out.
Yeah.
These loop snares are designed to trap smaller animals around the neck. But elephants get their legs caught in them and can die through infection.
No, it can be.
Craig, that's breeding good. Holy man, they're not moving further east, but they are still approximately about 400 meters east of your position and are remaining in the area.
It's kind of a little bit brutal, but... What we've done is we've taken the snare off, we've given him some antibiotics. We're gonna give him some, we're gonna just put an antibiotic wound spray on. What? What's wrong? Oh. God. So we're gonna put some wound spray on here. And then we're gonna wake him up. Craig, are you happy to drive out of here once I reverse him? What? What? No, we're all going together.
Brad is holding the rest of the herd at a safe distance. He'll allow them to return to the injured calf once Amanda has reversed the anesthetic.
She's got such baby veins. Gosh, I went straight through it.
This injection will wake the calf up in minutes.
All right, if everyone can get on the truck, we're done. Let's go.
The team has to move quickly. Amanda wants to be as far away as possible before the herd returns.
That went really well. We identified him, Brad kept him in the area, and then we were able to dart him, get right to him, get the snare off, and hopefully he'll wake up and Brad will see him reunited with the herd, hopefully. Being able to remove these types of snares, especially one that is like that, where you know that it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. Yeah, it's, and especially on a young one.
Okay?
I almost grabbed the axe.
Yeah.
Flat tyres are par for the course in Amanda's job.
That's Amanda.
But with a herd of angry elephants only a couple of 100 yards away, it's not great timing.
Brad for Amanda? Hey Brad, how's it looking up there?
Yeah, good. We're about 200 meters from the area where we darted the juvenile. I would prefer to push a little bit longer just to get them into this open area towards the water.
Good news from Brad. The calf is up and reunited with the herd, which is now starting to move in the opposite direction.
So getting the snare off that animal, it's great, especially with the young one. Then it gives him a much better prognosis for life. So it's a happy ending for all.
One more elephant free to roam the Great Plains of Malawi. For 11 years, the Lilongwe Wildlife Centre has been providing a home to wild animals in distress. Some the team has to go and rescue,
You say a monitor lizard?
while others are brought to the reception by locals.
Is it a dead monitor lizard? Okay, okay. I'll be coming. Just make sure you keep the people there, and I'll be there shortly, okay? All right, thank you. There's a monitor lizard, so I'm gonna...
Is it dead?
No, it's alive.
Okay, excellent. Bring a box.
Okay, we'll do
Okay.
so.
I'm waiting.
Yep, I'll be back.
Monitor lizards can grow up to 6 feet in length and weigh up to 40 pounds. So Alma's taking animal care assistant Kondwani along for backup.
Tall? Long, very long. Yeah, absolutely. And they are very difficult to grab, to be honest. I've jumped on one once. You need to know where you position your hands because the neck is so long. So if you don't position your hand properly...
We've had a number of monitor lizards come through, and sometimes they're full-grown monitor lizards, and they're pretty feisty. They have long nails, they have very limber necks, and they have sharp teeth, so we want to make sure that we restrain them so we don't hurt them and they don't hurt us.
But Alma's in for a surprise.
A baby monitor lizard? Yeah. Oh, a baby.
Baby monitor lizard.
I thought you said the dead. That's
No.
what I thought. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need a big box. Are you the one who brought this monitor lizard?
I'm the one, yeah.
You're the one. What's your name?
My name is Christopher.
Christopher. Oh, you filled in the form. Fantastic.
Yes.
So tell me the story. Where did you find this this lizard?
I find it near Lilongwe.
Yeah.
Near Lilongwe, where they want to build the warehouse. So it's like there was bush before. So after removing those bushes and some other stones, so it's like it have no shelter. It was
By itself.
just walking around.
Ah.
That's why I caught it.
Fantastic. That's amazing. So you're trying to rescue this animal.
Yeah, that's why I brought it here.
Because you've helped us out with rescuing this animal, you're always welcome to come here and come and visit the animals and see what's happening.
Okay.
Great. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yes? All right. Bye, Christopher. Okay, let's bring him up. Yeah.
In a city of more than 500,000 people, stories like Christopher's are common.
I'm happy because on my own I couldn't manage to raise such kind of small animal. That's why I brought it here, because I know it's the place where they raise and keep different kind of animals.
That's what he said on the phone. Baby, I didn't hear it. I saw you looking. This is great. I loved it.
Oh, I know, because I was looking, I'm like, he must be under the towel.
I know.
Oh, that's hilarious. You did that on purpose, of course. Oh, what a kid.
Yeah.
He's such a cutie muffin.
He is cute.
Aww.
Right.
Let's see if we can grab some gloves. I'm just going to put these
What
on.
do you know about these guys?
That they're extremely cute and that they will still bite the snot out of you even when they're small.
This monitor lizard is in good health, so they've decided to take it to their release site in Voisa. Another animal is already destined to be set free there, a small antelope, a duiker called Nino. 18 months ago, Nino was rescued from the side of a road where she was being sold as a pet. But now she's old enough and big enough to go it alone in the wild.
Right. So, in terms of people that are going to go, everyone will come down with us to the enclosure, but people who are going to come inside in the beginning is Amanda and me. She's going to take position. She will dart the animal. We'll wait until the animal is completely down, and then we'll give a call, and then people can come in and look for us in the enclosure.
She
Does that
makes
make
it
sense?
seem like super easy.
When Nino first arrived at the centre, she had to be hand-reared. But for the last 6 months, she's been fending for herself in a large enclosure in preparation for her release. The first challenge is to catch her. While Alma tracks Nino down, Amanda prepares to anaesthetise the duiker so they can get her into the carrying crate.
So this is a foot pistol, or a pump pistol. It's a really nice, slick little piece of darting equipment. It's only good for one shot, but it's very reusable. It's fantastic. I'm just wondering if it might not be a good plan while we're up here to make another dart up, and you be up here by the fence. So if she comes in here and you get a chance and I'm back there, that you just like snag her.
Where is she?
She's here.
Oh, I see her. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need her pretty flat, so I can't, because she's at an angle, I'm gonna need to get her flat on because of the dark.
Okay. Okay.
The anaesthetic will work best if the dart hits muscle, so Amanda's aiming for Nino's hind quarter. But such precision at this distance is going to be difficult.
$7 free.
Alma needs to carefully monitor how long the dart has been in.
It was a fantastic shot.
Did you, in the ass?
In the, it was perfect.
But she was smooth. She had just turned and I said,
I know.
I'm gonna
I thought you either hit her now or wait. Seven minutes.
Something's not right. If Amanda's dart delivered its full dose, Nino should be asleep by now.
She had a good flat-on shot, and she was in the process of turning. And so I said, I'm just going to take it anyway. With these types of darts, then you really want to get a good, nice perpendicular shot. But sometimes you also take what you can get, because I didn't want to chase her all over the enclosure all morning. I give her like 10, 15 minutes to see if we can go grab her.
Grab her?
What? Oh, if she lies down. I think she's going to lie down.
And then?
In like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, she's lying down.
Nino might be down, but she's not out. It's 30 minutes since she was darted, and now the drugs are likely to start wearing off.
Okay, listen. We're gonna wait for the box because
Okay.
as soon as we try to do anything to her, she's gonna jump up.
Yes.
So we're just gonna grab her. We're gonna give her ivermectin reversal and put her in the box.
We're waiting for the box to come down here and be ready, because it's hard. If a diker is not fully under, it's really hard to restrain them. They can kick. Their hooves are really sharp. This is a female, so she doesn't have any horns, luckily. But you can imagine how tough it can be if you have an animal with horns.
Okay, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go from the back and you're gonna go from this side, and let me see if I can grab her. Just wait.
Research vet Hezi has been drafted in to help.
It's okay. Got her? All right. Cover her eyes, and then let's just take her over there. Got it. All right. Down. And don't bring her down. Oh, fantastic. Gate, please. Can someone open the door? All right. Sorry to stop. Come here, Shayna. Give that sub-Q, and then I am.
Nino is given an injection to completely reverse the effects of the anaesthetic.
Okay, reversal is 7:30.
It works almost immediately.
Okay, you're fine. Everyone's fine. Everyone's fine. Okay, let's go. She's standing.
It's a dramatic start to the day, and there's still a 7-hour journey to Voisa ahead. But Nino is one step closer to freedom. At the other side of the centre, it's feeding time for the yellow baboons. Like Nino, many of them have been rescued from the illegal pet trade. Release manager Mandy Harwood regularly monitors their rehabilitation.
I just love baboons. They have these like crazy personalities. They're interesting, they're dynamic. They can like understand your facial expressions. And I just think they're the coolest creatures here. Baboons in the wild have numerous natural predators: lions, hyenas, leopards, snakes, eagles can take small ones. But big male baboons actually have larger canine teeth than lions, so they can actually fight off leopards.
Mandy's hoping to form a cohesive troop out of these rescued baboons and release them in the wild. But it's not straightforward.
Baboons are super social, more so even than humans. When composing a releasable troop, we take into consideration numerous things: physical factors, psychological factors, social dynamics, hierarchy, relationships between the individuals. So if you're just tossing in like a new kid into class, it's going to take a while to make friends, to integrate themselves in the hierarchy that's already established. So it definitely takes a long time to sort that out. The best thing to do for baboons in order to prepare them for release is to put them with other baboons.
Doodle Bob, the orphaned yellow baboon, still needs to bond with a foster mum before he can meet the rest of the gang.
Okay.
Yesterday, his initial contact with Kezzy went well.
So Monique, we're gonna give him some fluids. You just stay as you are. And I think you can come from this side, probably.
Today, Alma's hoping to take the introduction to the next stage. But Doodle Bob seems lethargic. So visiting British vet Dr. Sophie Widowson is giving him some fluids.
So we're giving him fluids just because he hasn't been drinking all of the milk that he needs to. So it's just to support him a bit. Some vitamin C and vitamin B in it, and he'll be good. Great.
Oh, bless.
Thank you very much. He behaved very well.
He was very good.
Fantastic.
With Doodle Bob more alert, it's time for him to meet his new mum and new brother Fox, face to face.
I'm gonna throw a couple of peanuts to the other side of the enclosure to make Kezzy move away, because I need her not to be at this slide when I'm gonna put Doodle Bob in.
This is the first time Doodle Bob will have left his human carers, so Alma doesn't know how he'll react.
Good. Kezzy's going over. She's just lip smacking. She's making him feel comfortable. He's a bit nervous about it. He's a bit too far away now from the slide. He comes back, playing. Great. That's good.
In the wild, baboons can live in groups of up to 200. But here, foster parenting takes place under quarantine. This is the first time the older orphan Fox has had another youngster to play with.
Fox is super interested in him, which I'm not surprised by. He needs a playmate. The advantage of this is, of course, he's quite comfortable, so that's great. The disadvantage is nothing is happening between Kezzy and him. Okay, there you go. Kezzy's trying to lip smack and trying to smooch in. I mean, it's okay. I'm a bit concerned that Doodle Bob gets too tired and it gets a bit too much, as you see, and that we have a bond between Fox and Doodle Bob, but not between Kezzy and Doodle.
Fox is having the time of his life. But it's all too much for Kezzy.
that's just what she just doesn't like, the whole hectic them playing. Great, she's holding him. She's trying to hold on to him. He's in the right position. He's already in the right position and he's sitting still. Wow. Okay, great. How many seconds? It was just 5 seconds, but perfect.
If this relationship's going to work,
Kezzy.
Alma needs to see that Doodle Bob will climb onto Kezzy's stomach and cling on as she walks around.
Okay, she pushed him away. It's not ideal. She just doesn't have the moment to do what she wants to do with him. So I don't want her to get too frustrated and start moving him around in a way that makes him upset. And I want him to also not get completely exhausted because that's not very nice. So he will keep on playing unless I break it up.
Unfortunately, the dynamic doesn't change, and Kezzy is increasingly taking out her frustration on Doodle Bob.
Kezzy. Rob, I'm gonna have a break. I'm gonna try to pull him out. So can you try to throw some peanuts in the corner? Having patience with this kind of process is the key to a success. Because if you rush things, animals get frustrated, you can tell. If I push this and if I traumatize him, I've lost everything that I want to achieve.
Amanda is nearing the end of her journey to Voisa with Nino the duiker and the monitor lizard. This is a well-worn route for her. The mix of marsh and plain, with forest and grassland, makes Voisa a perfect release site for all sorts of animals that are rehabilitated at Lilongwe Wildlife Centre. But the 7-hour drive can be an ordeal for animals and humans.
Transporting animals is a big responsibility, and you feel it every step of the way, from getting them in the crate safely to loading them in the truck, and then making sure they're not too hot or too cold or too windy or too damp. And are they hungry, are they thirsty, just keeping up and making sure they're comfortable. So yeah, it weighs on your mind every step of the way.
Lilongwe Wildlife Centre has built a special enclosure here where animals can get used to their new environment before being set free. Research assistant Pilly will be responsible for Nino while she's here.
It's going to be very important to monitor Nino over the next week to make sure that she's eating normally and that she's moving normally. And that way we can be sure that all the discomforts that she suffered during the journey have completely resolved themselves and she's ready to be released. Right, let's just do this. Now, open it and push it towards, pull that door open. Okay. More again. Okay, fantastic.
You know where anyone's going there.
Oh. She says, yum, mango.
Nino will spend a week in her new enclosure. But Mandy has decided the little monitor lizard doesn't need to wait for release.
Hey, Isaiah. How you doing?
He's never lived in captivity and instinctively knows how to fend for himself.
Wow. Whoa. I think release is the most important aspect of the job. Everything that goes on at the Wildlife Center, all the rescue, all the rehab, all the vet care, it all is for this. This is the ultimate goal of all of our work, so it's nice to see animals finally outside.
Do you want to grab him without him biting you?
I will do that, happily.
Yes, okay, good.
Okay, there we go. Here we go. One last bite, and there he goes. Alma has been trying for a week to get Orphaned Doodle Bob to bond with his new foster mum, Kezzy. But they've hit a stalemate. Kezzy has been left frustrated by Fox's overexcitement at having a new playmate and has been taking it out on Doodle Bob. He's distressed, and Alma is worried.
So social animals should not harm babies, technically. But then there's still this voice in my head saying, well, she is a wild adult female baboon with huge canines. So technically she can inflict massive injuries on him.
Eventually, Alma's forced to call a halt. She can't risk breaking the bond between Fox and Kezzy by splitting them up. But she does need Fox to stop interfering. She returns Doodle Bob to his own enclosure on the other side of the fence, in the hope that Kezzy's motherly instincts will kick back in.
What we're seeing now is that Kezzy is trying to make multiple attempts within a time frame of like 15 minutes. She's trying to make contact with Doodle Bob constantly, which is great. That's what we want to see. So Doodle Bob is also getting less nervous of it. They've been sitting along the fence, grooming each other. It's just now getting that fence out of the way and seeing what's going to happen. It is actually quite exciting.
Fostering is key to the success of returning infant animals to the wild. Alma's determined to try again.
What I would like to see a little bit more, and she's tried that already a couple of times, is to trying to grab and hold so that he can also learn how to cling on to the body, because that's what I need at nighttime. He needs to cling on to her, and she needs to be willing to pull him in, bring both of them up, and sleep together. Open. Okay, let's see.
Once again, Fox starts badgering Doodle Bob, who's getting anxious.
Fox just wants to play. Kezzy wants to make contact. But if he's gonna stay annoyed like he is, it's hard for her. This is what we want to see. Okay, hold it, hold it. Good. Great. So what can happen if she's gonna do this a couple of times, that creates the bond between them. She wants him to calm down, but obviously that what he's doing, that and then the fear grin is not helpful. So she does it in quite a rough way, as you just saw, because he's stressed. Okay, she's holding him. This is really good. Let's not move. I hope Fox just leaves him for a second. Great. Yes, yes, yes. He's holding on to her. So his instinct is kicking in because he wants to hold on. So this is what we want. The question is Kezzy gonna let him? I'm basically rewarding Kezzy now because I know it's tough on her. She now has suddenly another baby on her belly and he is holding on to her. I know Kezzy has a tendency to sometimes push the baby away. I don't want that. I want them to get bonded. So I'm actually rewarding her.
It's the breakthrough Alma's been waiting for.
I just want this moment to last as long as possible.
Foster mums can't provide everything a tiny orphan needs, but pairing Doodle Bob with Kezzy is his first step on the road to freedom.
Kezzy's troop is a troop that's going to be released back in the wild within the coming years. So making sure that Doodle Bob and, of course, Fox go back to the troop is essential because that's their first step for actually being released back into the wild.
In Voisa, it's time for Dyker Nino to take her final steps to freedom. But in the specially made release enclosure, there's no sign of her. Research assistant Pilly is all too aware of the dangers.
Here there's some lions, leopards too. The lion or the leopard cannot get inside the enclosure, but Nina will be freaking out inside, maybe running side by side, bouncing back to the fence, and can kill herself.
But Amanda is more optimistic.
I think our plan today should be to have Pilly open the slide and then to just walk in quietly and try to identify where Nino is. I bet you the grass has gotten a little bit taller, and I bet you she's in one of these little clumps next to these little trees, just bedded down against the rain. It might be that Pilly can gently walk towards her, and if she just gets up and starts walking away from him, then he can encourage her to go outside. Pilly knows how to behave around animals and how to get them to do what we need to. That is a great quality, and that's one of my favorite things about my coworkers here, is that they are so experienced and so good.
Finally, Nino makes an appearance. Now Pilly has to nudge her towards the exit. Dykers are solitary animals, so she should be happy to go it alone. After more than a year in captivity, Nino is free.
Do you know, this is so cool for me. This is what my work is all about, is seeing animals go back to the wild, or in some of these cases, they come in as orphans, and then they grow up and then they get their shot at being wild. I love it. It's awesome.
Hey Love Nature fans, be sure to like and subscribe to catch all our wild animal stories. Get closer to nature right here on YouTube.